In 2024, I had a pretty decently sized agency come to me looking for help to scale. Now, this was an agency that was already making about $4.5 to $5 million a month, and I ended up helping them scale to over $8 million, and they're hitting that money every single fucking month, which I mean is a pretty decently sized fucking company. And on this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the three no bullshit things that I guarantee you, one of these things at least you've not heard of or heard of properly, right? So this video is going to help you either grow, start, or scale your agency or whatever business you might be running to the fucking moon. Now, the three things that I'm going to be talking about on this video is 1, sales team, 2, referrals, and 3, LTV. Now, the first problem that we noticed was sales, specifically the sales team. Now, they had appointment setters, closers, sales managers, sales directors. They had a massive fucking team, as you think they would with a $5 million a month agency. But after just 2 weeks of being inside of their agency and looking at everything in fucking detail, I realized the sales team have no fucking clue what they're doing, right? They don't know how to handle objections. They don't know how to even start the call. They don't know how to onboard, and at least a high enough level to grow. But this agency was doing 5 million, but they were doing a little bit less each month. And a large portion of that was because of the sales team. Now, it wasn't the sales team's fault. It was because of the lack of communication in that sales team, right? This sales team was having group calls every 3 days, right? That means that these sales teams were getting trained, were getting their questions answered, were able to ask questions every 3 days, which is about two and a little bit every single week. If you've had a sales team before, you know that that is fucking horrible, because sales is the backbone of every single business, which means if the sales team is bad, the entire business is bad. If the sales team is having an off day, if the sales team doesn't understand something, if the sales team has a question that they can't get answered, again, the business is going to suffer because of it. And this agency was, and a large portion of the businesses that I work with, it's the exact same, right? The CEOs or CFOs or SCOs or whoever the fuck may be handling the sales teams for businesses, they put it on the back burner, right? They say, I don't want to do daily calls with the sales team. It takes too much effort. They should just be able to figure it out on their own, right? No, right? Again, the sales team is the backbone, right? When they should have been having a team meeting every single day, they were doing it every 3 days. So off the bat, this was already a major issue that was super detrimental to the amount of revenue that they were generating every single month. The second problem with this sales team is they weren't asking, again, the right questions on the sales call, right? There was one question that quite literally almost doubled their sales, right? I would say every 2 to 3 people would buy more because of this one question, right? They would make more money after asking this one question. Do you know anyone else that might be interested in these services? It's that simple, right? But they weren't asking it. And I guarantee you, neither are you or your sales team, right? They aren't asking the simple question. Do you know, or do you happen to be friends, or do you happen to know anyone else in your industry that might be interested in X, Y, and Z? Right? Do you know how far you can go and how much more money you can make by asking a simple fucking question? Again, out of every 10 times or even, every 8 times that this would get asked, there would be a minimum of 3 people that would say, yeah, I've got Timmy, I've got Daniel, I've got Jack, I know someone over here, X, Y, and Z, right? Asking a simple question can turn one sale into 2. Right, now this wasn't something that was, making their income go down, but it was definitely something that made their income go up. Now the third thing in the sales category, which is very detrimental, which is making their revenue go down significantly, is the onboarding. Again, these sales reps weren't getting trained. And when I say trained, I don't just mean questions answered, Q&As, whatever. I mean, there needs to be someone reviewing these individual salespeople's calls or DMs or whatever that they're doing every single day. Otherwise, they're never going to learn, right? And again, that just wasn't happening at all, right? So the onboarding was lacking because, again, I noticed going into this business, there was a ton of people refunding, right? I would say every 12 to 13 people, there would be at least 3 to 4 people that would refund, right? And they refund because of two things. One, because of expectations. The expectations were not set properly when joining the program or whatever they might be selling, right? This agency was selling a couple of different things, but let's say, for example, the most universal thing is a program. Let's say a community, right? Or a coaching program, something along those lines, right? The expectation wasn't set properly. And I mean, okay, letting them know what they need to go through in order to get the result that they want to fucking get, right? Because on a sales call, we tend to butter up the person by saying, yeah, it's fucking easy. You can do this shit super quickly, right? Which is not cool. You should say that better, but it's not bad. Right? That's what everyone kind of does, but just in different words. But what you should at least do is when onboarding, tell them, so look, dude, what you're gonna need to do is X, Y, and Z in order to get X, Y, and Z. So we found a lot of people were getting inside of the program, getting inside of what they bought and realizing that they're not gonna get instant results like the salesperson was telling them, which then second just leads to buyer's remorse, right? They get super, super hard pitched and sold on the call, right? All the fancy perks and you're gonna get super crazy results. And then the onboarding is shit. And then that dopamine that they get on the call kind of goes down. And then when they join the program, they're like, oh my God, I just spent $8,000. I don't know if I should do this, blah, 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 right? If you are getting refunds, then the onboarding is bad. People should feel comfortable and excited to do the thing that they're buying into, right? But the chances are if you are getting refunds or again, people getting buyer's remorse or, I don't know if this is for me, you just didn't do a good enough job making them feel comfortable getting them into the program. So something went wrong in the onboarding. The second thing that we did to make this business go from about 4 to 5 mil to $8 million a month was referrals. Now referrals is broken up into a couple different things because you can get referrals many different ways. You can get referrals through email, you can get referrals after someone gets a win, and you can also get referrals when someone is leaving the program. So you already know the first one, which is on the call, because I just told you. Start asking on the call, do you know anyone else that might be interested in XYZ? Just try it, right? I know it might sound super simple, right? Maybe you've heard Alex Emoji say it, but just give it a fucking go. Trust me, it'll make you more money. The second way is when they get a win, right? If you do not have some type of wins channel in your program, what are you doing? Right? Have you ever wondered, this person on social media is posting so many wins of their students. How are they doing that? It's because they set it up, right? If you just make a wins channel so then everyone can come together and post their wins, they're going to, right? And what you do is, let's say Timothy posts a win. He just lost 15 kilos of body weight. You message him directly and you say, dude, I'm so happy that you got XYZ result. I'm super proud of you. You've come so far, blah, 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 right? By chance, do you know anyone else that might be interested in losing the same amount of weight, if not more, than you did in the same amount of time? Bang. Now we ask for a referral when they have a win because of the dopamine, right? They have this dopamine. They're like, oh shit, I'm the man. I'm the guy. I just got crazy results. This program is fucking sick. I fucking love the coach or whoever. So let's say I love Nathaniel. This shit's insane. It fucking works. It's better than everything else. Right? So then when you ask them at that time, because the dopamine is high and the endorphins are fucking going, right? They are a lot more likely to give you a referral than just every ordinary day, right? So whenever someone gets a win, or it's a decent win, or it's their first win, it's like, dude, now you know the program fucking works. Do you know anyone else that might be interested? Right? It is that simple. Just ask. And we did this. When a client got a massive win, and these wins for this agency was massive. I'm talking they made a couple $100,000. Right? Because this was an agency working with pretty big clients. Now, someone made a couple $100,000 in the first, 60 days. And then we would message them personally. You've absolutely smashed it. Did you by happen to know anyone else that might be interested in getting the same results? Would love to talk more. Right? And we found again, probably in every 2 out of 10 people would give a yes, which means we basically just increased revenue by 200% because that's 2 people that were never going to come, right? If we didn't ask that question. Now the next is emails. Now, if you don't send emails, what are you doing, right? Make sure you fucking start. But if you do send emails, just say, I know I don't say this enough, but I want to give you money, right? Make that the fucking headline. I want to give you money. they're gonna open that shit fucking ASAP. And then you say in the body of the email, well, in exchange for another friend, right? Or in exchange for us to help someone else get the same results that we helped you with, right? Make it fun, right? But asking you emails is a really good way to kind of ease your way into that referral. Because all you need to do sometimes is not necessarily more work, but just ask, right? Because the chances are that the people that you've helped or the people that you're at least talking to, they know other people, right? If you're in an industry and you're helping someone, they know other people that also need help in that exact same industry, because we are always friends with other people that are interested in the same stuff as us. So just ask. Now, the last, but honestly the best chance for you to get a shit ton of fucking referrals is at the end of you working with a client or a customer or a student. Right, now this is when maybe you've been working with them for 6 months, your LTV isn't that good, so they are leaving, right? You do one thing. You ask them, hey dude, so look, obviously you've been with us for 6 months, right? We've done X, Y, Z and X, Y, Z. You've honestly smashed it and I'm super proud of you. I wish you weren't leaving so soon, but you know, I know things happen. Did you by any chance know other people maybe that you're close with, maybe that you work with, maybe that you're partners with, that might be interested in, you know, getting similar results, if not better results, you know, might I say, right? And you just ask, you put yourself out there, because by this point in time, they will feel like they owe you. Even if they don't, because they've obviously given you money, right? They're gonna feel like they owe you something. So just ask. Right, ask the question, and I guarantee you, you're going to get pretty good responses. Right, you can say something like, here's what I can do. If you tell me one name, just one person that might be interested, I'll let you into the program for free for another 3 months. Right, because at the end of the day, you don't lose anything that way. Right, and they again see it as, oh my God, I get to stay in. I spent $6,000 to get in the first time, blah, 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 blah. Right? If you just bring me one name, they join the program, they pay, you know, us $6,000 to get in. I'll let you stay in for 3 to 4, 6 months, whatever it may be, right? And that way you've got a buddy, you've got a friend, you are now a hero, because that person's now gonna get crazy results because of you. It's a win-win for everyone. What do you say? Now, the next thing, which is the biggest problem people have. Now, this is bad for the coaching space. Right? As you might know, in the coaching space, you can make $100,000 1 month, but then the next month, you're basically starting from zero again. Right? The coaching space is the only space where you make a shit ton of money for 1 month, but then you could literally make nothing next month. Right? Now, LTV in the coaching space especially is extremely bad. Now this is for agency space, etc. But for the coaching, this is very fucking bad. Because of one thing, you're giving away too much, right? Do you want to know how you increase LTV? Which again, in short, easy terms, basically mean instead of keeping a student for 6 months, you keep them for 24 months, right? And they keep paying you. Right, so how can we make them, instead of just, you know, paying you 10 grand, staying for 3 months and leaving, how can we get them to pay you 10 grand, stay for 3 months, and then they stay for another 3, another 3, and another 3? Well, it's simple. You offer less, but you offer more. Now let me break this down, right? If you are a fitness coach, you might offer a, you know, custom workout plan, a custom diet, motivation, mindset modules, workshops, and that's very common, right? There's people in the agency space. They say, I'll help you get more leads, I'll help you do sales, I'll help you with X, Y, and Z, right? This is the package, and then we put a price tag on it, which might be $3,000, $6,000, $10,000. Here's the key. We split it up, right? Because the biggest reason why people don't continue to buy from you isn't because they hate you or you suck or your product or your offer is shit. It's because you strictly do not have any more value that they can gain, right? They've spent the 10 grand and you've given them absolutely everything and the kitchen fucking fridge, right? Which is good on paper and they get results, but then they don't need you anymore. What I want you to start thinking about is, how can I make them continue to need me? And you do that by splitting up your offer, splitting up the things that you're going to give people. I'll use that fitness guy as the example, right? He offers everything that I just told you. We're going to split it up. The main offer is going to be, diet, right? Dude, the reason why you look how you do is honestly because of your diet, right? Your diet's just not very good, right? Because it doesn't matter how much you work out, if your diet's bad, then you're not going to be able to get into shape. So for a custom diet plan and a community, it's $3,000 for 3 months. Now here's the good part. When it gets to the end of that 3 months, you then say, look, dude, it's coming up on the 3 months of ending. You've obviously had a significant amount of improvements, but at the end of the day, to go with that custom diet, I really do think that custom workout plan will also be efficient for you, right? Because obviously the things that you're doing are working, but if you really want to get to that level that you want to get to, I think the workouts would also be good with that. So what I can do is I can get you in here for another 3 months for, another $1,500 or another $2,000. That way we can work on your diet and your workout plan and you still get to be a part of the community. What do you think? And then they're like, okay, I've already done X and Z. What's the point in leaving now? I may as well, get everything so I can get in the best shape possible. And then at the end of those months, you then say, again, you've obviously done really well with the workout and the diet, but I think something that could really get you going that I want to offer you privately is private workshops. Now, these are workshops with bodybuilders and professional trainers, etc. That way you can continue to grow, because at the end of the day, right, your fitness is the staple of everything, your income, your relationships, etc. I really do think this would be good. So what I can do is keep you in here for another 6 months and you'll just have to pay, $200 or $250 every week, right? So we've just turned one offer that you would normally give someone, right? And that would be maybe they stay in for 3 to 6 months, right? You split that up because you need to remember, okay, each of the things that you're offering all hold significant value, but this way we're not running out of value that we can keep on giving, right? So stop giving everything. I know that you hear so much is give everything, give everything. Yes, that might be for the free content, but with your paid product, try and split it up, right? Equally, right? So then you can give value, okay? Then offer more, then offer more and offer more, and they're never gonna have the chance to leave. The example that I use for this agency is think about it like a pizza, right? When you get one pizza, let's say you make it, buy it, whatever, you just have one pizza, it looks like a lot. But when you cut it up into individual slices, the pizza looks a lot bigger. You can even go as far as saying, if you just eat the pizza how it is, not cut, you're gonna feel pretty full. But if you eat individual slices, you're gonna feel more full somehow, because somehow there's more pizza. It's the exact same with your value and your offer, right? Right now, the value that you're putting into your offer, if you're giving it all away, right, the individual parts of your offer don't seem as great. But if you split it up, they all hold the same amount of value and prospective value to the person that's buying from you. This is exactly how in 2024, I scaled an agency to over $8 million a month. Honestly, it was a massive achievement for me being able to work with this company. I'm super happy with me and my team, and even them, how far they've came. I fucking live for this shit, right? So I hope you did enjoy the video. If you've got any questions, drop it below. If you have a business that you want to scale, or maybe you want to start a business, or maybe you've got a business making 50K, 100K, whatever, and you want to scale through your sales and operations, right? You want similar things that I helped this agency with and the countless of other businesses that we've helped, right? There is a Typeform link in the description. Feel free to check it out if you want, right? But I hope you did enjoy the video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers to an amazing fucking year. Hope you go make a lot of money and change a lot of lives in the meantime. All right, I'll see you guys. Cheers.